Hello, Charles Heflin here, and this is the way that I had been investing. Let's say, for example, that I invested $1,000 into product, and that $1,000 bought me 100 units. And then let's say that I was doing a 25% average return on investment per unit. So I was kind of in the story, send in those 100 units to Amazon, get my 25% returns. And I know that returns were happening, and I also know that I wasn't selling through 100% of my merchandise, and I really wasn't able to ever see how that played out until now. And I haven't really been able to find a calculator out there that does this. So basically what was happening is I was selling through maybe 85% of my merchandise. So I'll plug in 85% here so you can see that now my overall 30-day growth has dropped down to 6.25%, which is a far cry from the 25% average ROIs that I've been sourcing at. So I was continuing to do this month after month and wondering where all the money was going. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll just source at higher ROI. So I said, okay, well, my minimum is going to be 50%, and that might fix the problem. I'm still not outpacing my average ROI per unit in my 30-day growth. I'm still only growing at 27%. And 50% returns aren't particularly realistic these days, anyways, on your average ROI. Then using the simulator, I've figured out how the low ballers are doing it. So they might drop down to a 20% ROI on average, for example. There's a whole lot more opportunity at 20% than there is 50% for sure. But 2% overall 30-day growth just isn't going to cut it. So I figured out what the low ballers do is they actually reinvest their revenue multiple times in a 30-day period. So what they were doing is reinvesting, 2 times. Let's see what happens. It goes up to 12.2. Let's take that to a 4. Now the professional low ballers I figured out are doing this up to 12 times in a 30-day period. So now you can see even though you're sourcing at a lower 20% ROI, the overall 30-day growth is way outpacing. So low ballers like Amazon understand this, so they'll even sacrifice average ROI per unit. They go down to 18% and even lower. They can go down to 15%. And you can see that there's still 30-day growth is way over 100%. And of course, we can be a little bit more realistic of how many percentage points that you're able to reinvest each of these periods. So you can drop this down to say a 90%. What this means is that they are reinvesting 90% of their revenue 12 times or flipping it 12 times in a 30-day period. And they're able to do that because they're reducing their ROI per unit. So I don't know about you, but this number here and this number here was kind of like a smack across the face to me. So anyway, long story short, I learned how to do this here instead of focusing so much here. So there's a bunch more to it. I wanted to make this video quick because I don't want to waste your time. Just wanted to get right to the point. If you'd like to get my simulator for yourself for free, just follow the details below. Thank you.